It's the Daily Dog.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. I am excited about today's episode because we get to respond and react to music by a brand new band, at least a brand new band to this channel and to me. Several folks have been asking for this particular band and this particular song for several weeks, and I have to admit, this is one of these bands that I had not heard of before. The band is Blind Guardian. Apparently, they are a longtime band from Germany, a metal band from Germany, and the song that many people have requested, and the song that we are going to do today, is called "And Then There Was Silence." So I was looking a little bit last night about trying to figure out which version to do. Is there a live version that works? Is there a remastered? All that sort of stuff. The version that I'm going to do, I think, is a studio version that is remastered, but it is a lyric video that is going to help us out quite a bit, I think, because there are a bunch of words in this song. This video with some nice images and the lyrics overlaid was prepared and uploaded to YouTube by Duoloc Fonseca, so I am thankful for that. And as I read in about this piece, or about this song, this was released in November of 2001 from their album A Night at the Opera. And again, like many of these big prog, big metal, long pieces, they're dealing with big-time stories and overarching sort of human existence sort of themes. This is based on the Iliad by Homer. And I think it includes some stuff from Aeneid by Virgil, and some on Cassandra, the daughter of the king, right? Who foresees all this bad shit that's going to happen to Troy. Basically, it's about the Trojan War. And I have to be frank with you, I am not fully versed and up to speed on Greek mythology and Homer and the Odyssey and the Iliad and all that sort of stuff. So I know just enough to be dangerous, but this is tying into the legend of Troy and the Trojan War, the classic conflict between the Greeks and the Trojans, right? So this song is almost 14 minutes. And like I said, there's a lot of lyrics, but I am curious to see what the band has in store for us. So let's dive in, shall we? Blind Guardian, and Then There Was Silence. Here we go.
Blind Guardian, starring in. And then there was silence.
Big, epic voicings right at the beginning. The big root is A minor. The lead singer's vocal color reminds me a little bit of Geddy Lee. Really high range. A minor and F back and forth, toggle. C major, D major, A minor. Sounds a little Celtic, doesn't it? I think they're in D minor now. Pressure's going. D minor, but C, E flat, D, as they're focusing on that. Huh. This is unrelenting. Ahead, ahead, ahead. That's saying, hey, Roscoe, right? With the distance out of reach. Whew. Breather. Started in A, the power A, and now they're on D.
To the end. Watch your step, Cassandra. You may fall. As I've stumbled on the field, find myself in darkest places. Find myself drifting away.
So this is her seeing or having prophecies that are destined to come true, but also destined to have nobody believe her. If I remember that part of the story of her curse. There's that chromatic third of it, I think. They moved to F. Up 6 to 1. Minor 4. Epic. Major. 5-6. That's a high F. Wow. Cool. 5-7. Major 1. They're in F. Flame of Fire will shine bright. I wish I knew the story a little more. I wish I knew the story a little more completely, because it feels like they're basing this on this story. It's almost like doing like a Lord of the Rings story, assuming that you've read the entire story, right? You know what we're talking about. We're just giving you the highlights. I wish I knew a little bit more about my ancient Greek and Trojan storytelling and mythology stuff. Fascinating, really epic, and they're just keeping you on your toes the whole time. Let's see, we're gonna keep rolling. War is not the only answer, my friends. A little bit of storytelling there. High range for Cassandra. I think this is from her point of view. She's like the sunrise outshines the midnight. Is that a reference to Helen from the story? There's never a chance to breathe, right? And the piece is just continuing to go. Cool. That's just minor 4 and 1. G minor and D minor. How far are we in? We're like 7 minutes in, 7.5 minutes in. I'm really happy that I have the lyrics here, because the thing that I'm noticing is the mix is something. If I had anything critical to say so far, the mix, I think, is a little hot. It's very difficult for me to understand and to hear very clearly the singers, even though they're very present. A lot of it is chorused, right? There's more than one voice happening at a time, and so they're singing sort of in harmony and moving along. But even when there's just the single voice, right? It seems like the guitars are so present and the mid-range sounds are so amped up that there's too much competing sounds in that range to really make sense of the overall spectrum of the recording. I don't tend to mention recording aesthetic stuff in my reviews because really it's not my lane. It's something that I don't have a lot of experience around working with and knowing a whole bunch, quite frankly, about it. It's something that I haven't ever had the chance to really become a part of and work through and learn about everything that goes into mixing and mastering recordings, the recording process. All the recording processes that I've ever been a part of are either me recording my own piano stuff or being a part of ensembles, choral ensembles, small vocal ensembles that are recording pieces, and those are typically just find a really good space and a really good set of microphones and a pretty good recording engineer and do your best, and then they provide you the finished piece. Like, yay, thank you. But yeah, I tend to stay not in this lane with the production value, but this one strikes me as something that just is blatant. It seems like it's not mixed as well as it could be. That's what I'm saying. Let's keep rolling. We live for we will be wiped out.
I feel that some surprise, they're gone. Your time goes by, and you
Turns major for a second.
kept out of sight. We live misty tales and we die of bliss and beauty.
And now they're back into the epic stuff, I think, far too quickly. I like that little section, right? I like that little change. They've been in sort of D minor and with using this G minor chord as a 4 chord to kind of keep the energy up, and then they land in G and turned it a little bit major for a second, a little bit of like a celesta sound. I wish they would have had a little bit longer of a period of time to have that little section, because now we're back into epic, and it's a lot of epic in the overall mix for the amount of time that we've had. I'm gonna back up a little bit and keep going. in major, but using the flat 6 as a big time chord. There's a leading tone. F minor, D flat, D natural, E flat, back to F. Interesting progression. Using both the flat 6 and the natural 6. The unintended casualties of war, right? The unintended consequence of conflict. It's more Celtic sounding stuff. My wife and I, we've heard a lot of like Celtic rock music, and it sounds a little similar, especially the drumming. It sounds Celtic to me. Hey! Right? It's Celtic. Oi! War is over forevermore. And I think this is differing perspectives. Help me out a little bit. The perspective of the lyrics changing. There's that chorus-like section again. Yeah. Gosh, high F. There it is. Amazing. I think they've done this too many times. I love that they do the raised leading tone on shine, the word shine. That's pretty cool. Slightly different progression. 1 to 5. Re, sol, do. Right, over the F. C major, D flat, D flat, D flat to C. Sorrow and defeat. Strings are cool. Epic song. So are these going to fade out? Looks like it. Huh. Huh. I had never heard of this band, y'all. It's really impressive. It really is. The songwriting is very interesting. They're using, oh, and it just kind of cuts off. Oh, and those crazy people are out doing lawn work again. I hope that you can't hear them. Well, maybe I'll cut this off relatively shortly. I'm sorry that like this happened last week. All of a sudden, like these people show up with running their gas powered whatever, and I have no idea when they come. They're all over this neighborhood, and it just. Anywho, let me finish this out by saying I really did enjoy that. I want to listen. It makes me want to listen to a little bit more of their music. It's intriguing to me how they're bringing all of this history and mythology into this epic sort of narrative. The couple things that I'm critical about is, and I tell this to my students, my composition students, if you are working with a narrative that has introductory stuff and a lot of narrative that comes up and then a climactic point to the storytelling, don't give us too many climaxes, right? Because the pacing of the piece suffers. You can have little arrival points, but don't show us all your cards too many times in one piece, because then it's like, how many times can we scale the mountaintop and it be emotional and effective for the listener? Right? These people are driving me crazy. So that's the one critical thing that I would say about it, is I think that they came back to that big arrival just a couple too many times throughout the piece. I think it's time for a drink, y'all. I will go ahead and upload this, or I'll try to listen to the sound. I'll try to get some of the background sound out of this, but what are you gonna do, right? Sorrow and defeat at the end. So what's the message of this whole thing? At the end, I think war can bring glory, it can bring power, it can bring might, but in the end, I think what they're saying is sorrow and grief and pain are the dominant forces and dominant feelings in the society that remains in the aftermath of war, no matter who wins and who loses. It's a catastrophic event that breaks down society, it breaks down communities and just overall humanity and order of stuff. And sometimes stitching everything back together is a lot more difficult than we would like to believe. So that was fun to bring a little bit of Blind Guardian to the channel. And then there was, what is it called? And then there was Silence. I had something behind it. Sorry. And then there was Silence by Blind Guardian. I'm new to the band. What can I say? So thanks everybody for being with me today, and we will see you next time for another edition of the Daily Doug.